The attitude of excellence is a wonderful habit to have. July 30, 2013. Aiming to excel is an essential fragment that demonstrates competency that is required for any job you tackle, even if the job is not work-related. Adding the quality of excellence truly involves you putting your whole self into what you do. You are purely focused and determined. This kind of attitude has many times been the result that separates other dear souls that have not yet learned for themselves what is required to excel and achieve. There are some noticeable attributes that describe many dear souls that are high achievers. Some who demonstrate these qualities do not often take no for an answer, they are persistent. Anyone can add the attribute of excellence to their work ethics simply by making the choice to strive harder and more diligently. Understand, dear ones. Excellence is all about being able to step out beyond your normal comfort zones, being able to accept any of the inevitability of certain trials and tribulations that may cross your path. Remember, dear ones, any amount of progress is built not from your successes but from any mistakes you have endured. An essential player when adding excellence to your repertoire of great attributes is being able to use your initiative when opportunities are presented. Wherever you are, dear ones, you can become a leader to others. Leadership isn't always about big and glamorous. Becoming a leader takes many steps, and each step forward is another step in progress. Along the way you are gifted the potential of learning so much of yourself and of others. As you plan your day, or if you have a project to complete, remember the steps you take to reach completion you are responsible for. Create an action plan, set up priorities and stick to them. Distractions will come your way, but it is up to you to determine on how long they are allowed to stay. If you are truly focused, the amount of distractions you allow will indeed be limited. Attitude is essential to fulfilling all goals that you set out to reach. Demonstrating a no-quitting attitude even during difficult situations will help maintain your focus and clear your path to continue moving forward. When problems arise, don't pass them to another dear soul. Make an effort to figure them out. Make everything work positively for you. See every instance as a learning opportunity, a way of becoming more of yourself, and by going the extra mile when that golden window of opportunity becomes available, you will be displaying great enthusiasm and initiative. Having a positive attitude professionally and personally doesn't require you to be loud and boisterous. What it does show is your confidence. Your confidence demonstrates to those around you that you are willing to work hard in order to achieve. When you are with friends or family, you often display confidence by how you greet, talk, entertain and host. Many times the confidence you have from your personal life carries into your professional life. You are able to take pride that is not ego-driven in the work you have fulfilled and in the effort you applied. You know already that when you give your best, your heart and soul, this effort will go a very long way. You will face challenging people that will attempt to distract you and sway you from your focus. Steer clear away from sabotaging type people, especially when you are focusing on completing an important project or objective. When you feel you need the interaction of your peers, regardless if they are professional or personal, seek those that have the ability to make you feel good, people that illuminate compassion and respect. Your journey is filled with so many wonderful opportunities. Not only are you able to inspire yourself with your goal-focused attitude, you are able to inspire and motivate others when you are able to respond to them when they seek your guidance and support. When you strive for excellence, dear ones, you demonstrate pure focus and great attitude, and you provide clarity for others to follow and move forward. If you can do it, so can they. Your actions, when they are filled with positiveness, not only empowers yourself to persevere, but they also empower others to work harder in areas that may have before demonstrated weakness. Success is available to everyone. You don't have to be in a working environment to realize your connectedness. Each of you plays an important role in this journey. Learn to recognize the uniqueness in others and accept that each person you come across, you work with, or even your own family members and friends all have their own unique perspectives. Learning comes to you through these interactions. Don't be so rigid that you miss pertinent information that could help your own journey just because you don't resonate with another person's beliefs or values. When another dear soul shares with you, regardless how big or small, they are sharing a part of themselves. Unknowingly, they have given you something to learn and to grow more from, and it is up to you to recognize these opportunities and make them work for you. You have heard many times now that mistakes are your stepping stones to success. Learn from them and discover new ways to bring excellence into all you do. One of the ways of gathering new ideas is by watching others that have a strong work ethic and who are clearly focused. Learn what it is that makes them good at what they do and figure how you can incorporate this information into your own work. Sometimes the teacher doesn't always stand in front of you and lecture. Sometimes they work quietly and just show you unknowingly through their actions. Every day you are given the opportunity to not only be the teacher but to be the student as well. We have spoken much regarding the dear souls that demonstrate positive attitude and who take initiative to bring excellence into their projects. It is important to be able to recognize the ones that demonstrate negative attitudes because sometimes this kind of attitude is quite subtle. The many dear souls that do not have the focus that is needed to bring in excellence often display contentment where they are at everything. They do not strive for higher success or to improve their skills any further. They don't make an effort to try harder or to do more simply because they do not want to. Many dear souls that have a negative attitude simply come to work because they need to. Many times they reject any responsibility even with the tasks they do themselves. Responsibility is a bad word to some dear souls that are filled with negative attitude. They do not rise to the occasion when a difficulty arises. They show disinterest and oftentimes resist any kind of change. It is up to you to know if you have a positive or negative outlook on your journey. The success of any journey depends a lot on your attitude. Because your journey is filled with so many choices, change is apparent and inevitable. Those with optimist-like attitude do not give up when faced with a setback. They see setbacks as an opportunity to learn what went wrong and turn those wrongs into a right the next time around. To achieve more positive outcomes, dear ones, it is important to have a positive mindset, to be optimistic and at the same time ready to face trials and to learn from them, to be able to ask for help that will bring different results. Having a positive attitude will propel you forward. It may seem at times you are taking small steps, but they are still steps forward that will lead you to your success. It is always possible to change your outlook. First, you have to accept and realize that your current attitude requires a little improvement and create a better and much more positive approach to your goals. Take responsibility for all your decisions and actions. They are yours and no one else's. When mistakes occur, don't put yourself down. Remind yourself of your goal and maintain your focus. Concentrate on what you can do instead of what you cannot. If you are going to give yourself a lecture, think of giving the same lecture to another dear soul, saying the same words, the same way. Give yourself respect, dear ones. You deserve your own respect as much as the respect you give to others. When speaking of your own efforts and the efforts of others, choose language that is positive, that demonstrates appreciation. Remember the power of your speech. Once the words are out, they cannot be erased. When you take responsibility for your actions, you are also being responsible for the words you choose to express to yourself and to others. Stop comparing yourself so often with others. You are not here to keep up with your neighbor. You are here to learn, to achieve, to grow and to be all that you can be. If you are still finding yourself needing to compare with others, try seeing yourself in another dear soul's shoes that is not doing as well as you. Recognize the visible happiness even if the other person you are comparing to is poor and from an underdeveloped country. Happiness doesn't come with money or other material gains. Happiness is simple, dear ones. It comes as a result from being content and from being able to love yourself for who you are as you are. We witness many people who have had great ordeals count their blessings. They know and appreciate the life they have is special. Nothing is taken for granted. They have worked hard for what they have achieved. even if in another person's eyes their achievements may be small. It is important, dear ones, to count your blessings, to appreciate what you have, because there is always someone somewhere else that easily has it worse off. Create a habit of being grateful for at least 3 to 5 things each day. Think about what it is you like about yourself and what you like about others. Remember, dear ones, every challenge and disadvantage also holds many positive learning opportunities that are filled with great advantages. The more you see a challenge as a positive opportunity instead of being a negative hindrance will help you to discover your own personal strengths and will generate motivation for more positive action. Dear ones, it is important to remember, excellence is not a skill, but it is an attitude. Look at the many things you do routinely and see your many habits. Excellence can also be viewed as a positive habit rather than an action, and each of you do have the ability and the capability of adding excellence into all your efforts. You know this as truth, as each of you carries with you God's excellent presence, and His presence is demonstrated quite often in the many things you do. And so it is. I am Ascended Master, Morya, through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com